JuJuSmith.com to enter. It's great to have you in on a Friday. So, listen, if you work in Pittsburgh, like if you were a member of the Steelers, there's no other way you could view Cleveland based on their actions other than say they're losers. That's what they've been. In the last 40 years, two teams in the NFL you can't really take seriously, Detroit and Cleveland. In the last 40 years, they have the lowest winning percentage in the NFL. That's 4 decades of futility and the fewest playoff wins. And then Pittsburgh's on the opposite end of the spectrum. They've been successful, most division titles, 3-4 decades. And so you couldn't help JuJu Smith-Schuster of the Steelers saying what he said yesterday.
Nah, I think they're still the same Browns team I play every year. I think they're nameless, great faces. Yes, they have a couple good players on their team, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know, like, it's the Browns, it's the Browns.
Like, ever had a friend can't get out of his own way? That's Cleveland. Like, I mean, just think about this. All the playoff teams that get in, one had a COVID outbreak and a drag racing story. Total coincidence? I know drag racing thing is overstated, but it didn't happen to Sean McVay's team. We have roads out here too, and fast cars. It didn't happen to Chris Ballard and Frank Reich's team. The COVID outbreak, can't practice this week. It happened to Cleveland. I know they get defensive, but if you lived in Pittsburgh and worked in Pittsburgh and were a Steeler, there would be no other way to view the Browns other than Browns is the Browns. If you work in Green Bay, there's no other way to look at Detroit. Lions is the Lions. And so I know they get defensive about it, but it's like drag racing stories, coach won't be available. How do you want Pittsburgh to look at Cleveland? How are they supposed to look at them? It's not like they've been bad for a short stretch. It's been 4 decades. Last 10 years, they've had like 8 coaches and 5 GMs. Of course the Steelers look at them like losers. Of course the Steelers struggle. I mean, the only thing I worry about this weekend is Pittsburgh taking Cleveland seriously. Last week, the Steelers had backups playing. Best Cleveland team in 3 decades. They almost won. I worry about Steelers' apathy. That's why I think it was big to give Big Ben and TJ Watt the week off. Just they'll be back, they'll be rested, they'll be healthy, and they'll want to prove themselves. By the way, it's just what I'm about to say will be viewed as a little thing. I, of course, do not see it as a little thing. Baker Mayfield was talking yesterday, and I just want you to listen to what Baker says.
Just adapt and play. I mean, it's win or go home. So it's whoever we have out there, we're counting on them, and we believe in those people that are out there. So, we're still having to adjust and adapt, but just like last week, it's hitting the curveball and adjusting each day.
Interesting. Wearing his hat backwards. What happened to Carson Wentz's season when he went to the podium with his hat on backwards? Oh, you're bad. The season unraveled. We went and looked at Aaron Rodgers this morning. 22 times we have footage of him at a podium or on TV this year. Beanie or the hat on forwards. Of course, backwards hat. Guy that does it never gets it. Those who don't get it, they don't get it. It's not quarterbackial. I will tell you the quarterbacks I like this weekend. Big Ben hat forward. Breeze always hat forward. Lamar Jackson doesn't wear a hat. We couldn't find a picture. Brady, last 15 years, hat forward. Goff plays hat forward. And Josh Allen, to this point, though he's young, has been hat forward. We looked for all the opportunities. I know. It's no big deal, says the guy who wears the hat backwards. Look at that. That just says playoff loss, doesn't it? Doesn't that just say down 12, sacked, fumble, minute and a half to play? Doesn't say playoff winner to me. Says things are unraveling in Pittsburgh this weekend. Go ahead, downplay it. No big deal. All right, yeah. Go find Mahomes forward. Forward that guy. In fact, headband. Not opposed to headband. Not opposed to beanie. Not opposed to hat. Last quarterback to wear a hat backwards at the weekly podium. One did it this year. Carson Wentz. Look at that. What happened to his season? You guys say it doesn't matter. All right. It is hat on backwards karma. It is bad. Another reason I like the Steelers this weekend. All right. I've had too much fun this week to let you bother me. And now, because I screwed up my Twitter account and my phone, I don't even read trolls anymore. I inadvertently changed my Twitter account. I don't even know how I did it. I'm troll free. Blazing 5 next.
Playoff game due to the COVID test this week, and Baker is not using their lack of practice as an excuse.
Just adapt and play. I mean, it's win or go home. So it's whoever we have out there, we're counting on them, and we believe in those people that are out there. So, we're still having to adjust and adapt, but just like last week, it's hitting the curveball and adjusting each day.
This is not an ideal situation for anyone. I think if you ask the Steelers honestly, they would prefer that Stefanski be there and they beat them fairly. Like, they want everybody out there. True competitors want to beat the